Across the border here in the Mountain State, it's the election season, and absentee ballots for the upcoming May 14th primary in the Mountain State are starting to be mailed out tomorrow. Mercer County's Deputy Clerk Marie Hill says that more than 60 absentee ballots have already been requested, and those are ready to go in the mail, adding that anyone who needs an absentee ballot in Mercer County should contact the county clerk's office. The numbers there on your screen. Hill goes on to say the absentee ballots are usually requested by people who will be out of town on May 14th, as well as people who have difficulty getting to the polls in person. Secretary of State Mac Warner says qualified voters who have already applied for an absentee ballot will start receiving them in the mail, with some possibly receiving those tomorrow. The last day to register to vote in West Virginia is April 23rd, and early voting will begin May 1st and run through May 11th.